The cheese dilemma no one talks about. Gentlemen, I'll let you in on a little secret most people over 60 never hear from their doctor. Some of the cheeses sitting quietly in your fridge could be quietly doubling your heart attack risk and cutting your odds of reaching 80 by nearly half. Surprising? It should be.
That cheerful cheese aisle in your supermarket looks harmless enough, but behind those neat rows of wedges, slices, and blocks hides a story the food industry rarely tells us. One that could mean the difference between a strong, vibrant later life and years of preventable health problems. Today, I'm going to walk you through 4 cheeses that can truly serve your body well after 60, and 4 you'll want to keep far from your plate if you value your heart, memory, and independence. And trust me, the worst offender on our do not eat list can raise your stroke risk by an eye-watering 80%. Many men eat it weekly without a second thought. This isn't guesswork. This is solid, published science that rarely reaches the public.
Before we begin, I'd like to know, where are you watching from? How old are you? And what's your go-to cheese? Drop your answer in the comments. I make a point to read and respond to as many as I can. And if you find value here, hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss the next deep dive into health after 60. Now, let's start with the cheeses that deserve a place on your table. The 4 cheeses that can be your allies after 60. Number 4. Aged Gouda, a nutritional powerhouse in disguise. If you think cheese is just about flavor, let me introduce you to aged Gouda, a food that's as close to a natural supplement as you'll find in the dairy aisle. When Gouda is aged for at least 18 months, something remarkable happens at the microscopic level. The proteins break down into tiny fragments called peptides. These are far easier for your body to absorb than the dense proteins in fresh cheese, a big win for older digestive systems, which can struggle to break down complex foods. But here is where it gets exciting. Aged Gouda is one of the richest natural sources of vitamin K2, a nutrient many men have never heard of, yet it plays a life-saving role. Think of K2 as your body's calcium traffic cop. Instead of letting calcium drift into your arteries, where it hardens into dangerous plaque, K2 directs it into your bones, where it strengthens your frame.
In fact, Japanese research shows people with higher K2 intake have up to 50% less artery calcification and stronger bones to boot. Just 1 ounce of aged Gouda can give you more K2 than most people get in an entire week. It's also rich in CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, a healthy fat shown to help reduce body fat, boost immune function, and even slow certain cancers. And for those who are lactose sensitive, aging removes most of the lactose, making it far more tolerable. Aged Gouda also produces postbiotics during fermentation, compounds that combine the benefits of probiotics and prebiotics, supporting gut health, reducing inflammation, and even influencing mood. For best results, eat aged Gouda at room temperature, about 1 to 1.5 ounces, paired with apple slices or whole grain crackers. The natural prebiotics in the fruit or grain work hand in hand with the cheese's postbiotics to keep your gut in fighting shape.
Number 3. Authentic Parmigiano Reggiano, Italy's edible multivitamin. Forget the green can on the supermarket shelf. Real Parmigiano Reggiano from Italy is on another level entirely. Crafted using traditions that have remained unchanged for nearly 900 years, this cheese is the definition of nutrient-dense. 1 ounce delivers about 10 grams of high-quality protein. And thanks to a 32-month aging process, that protein is essentially pre-digested, meaning even those with sensitive stomachs can absorb it with ease. The calcium content is extraordinary, around 330 milligrams per ounce, outpacing a glass of milk. But unlike milk, Parmigiano Reggiano naturally contains the perfect ratio of phosphorus and magnesium for maximum absorption. Italian researchers found its calcium absorption rate is nearly 100%, compared to just 30% for most supplements. This cheese also contains all 9 essential amino acids in perfect balance, making it a complete protein that rivals meat. It's rich in tyrosine, a brain-boosting amino acid that helps produce dopamine and norepinephrine, keeping you alert and focused. Better yet, it contains casomorphins, natural compounds that can calm the nervous system, ease anxiety, and even promote better sleep. And, like aged Gouda, it's lactose-free after aging. The traditional way to enjoy it? Break it into small chunks instead of grating, and savor it after a meal. Around 1 ounce not only aids digestion, but also provides a steady protein boost. A drizzle of aged balsamic vinegar can even improve mineral absorption.
Number 2. Grass-fed raw cheddar, the anti-inflammatory cheese. Now, don't let the word raw alarm you. Properly aged raw cheddar from grass-fed cows is not only safe, it's one of the healthiest cheeses you can eat. When aged for at least 60 days, harmful bacteria are eliminated, but beneficial enzymes and probiotics remain intact. Grass-fed raw cheddar contains up to 5 times more CLA than regular cheddar, along with higher omega-3 fatty acids, both of which fight inflammation at the cellular level. It's loaded with vitamin A in its most bioavailable form, vitamin D for bone and immune health, and the potent MK4 form of vitamin K2 for keeping arteries clear and bones strong. It even provides antioxidants like vitamin E and beta-carotene. The probiotic diversity in raw cheddar is unmatched. Dozens of strains that can boost immunity, improve digestion, and possibly even support brain health through the gut-brain axis. These probiotics also create butyrate, a fatty acid that nourishes colon cells and reduces inflammation. The key? Don't cook it. Heating above 120 degrees Fahrenheit destroys those enzymes and probiotics. Let it sit at room temperature before eating, and try pairing it with fermented vegetables like sauerkraut for a probiotic 1-2 punch. Stick to about 1.5 to 2 ounces to enjoy the benefits without overloading on saturated fat.
Number 1. Authentic Swiss Gruyere, the complete package. If I had to choose one cheese to crown king for men over 60, it would be Swiss Gruyere. Made from raw milk of cows grazing in alpine meadows, Gruyere is a nutritional marvel. It's rich in propionic acid, a compound made by its unique bacteria that lowers cholesterol, reduces inflammation, and may help prevent certain cancers. Those same bacteria also pack it with vitamin B12, essential for brain and nerve health. Gruyere supports your body's production of glutathione, the master antioxidant that protects cells, boosts immunity, and aids detoxification. As we age, our natural glutathione production declines, but Gruyere's high cysteine and glycine content help restore it. It's also rich in phosphorus, zinc, and selenium, minerals vital for strong bones, immune defense, and thyroid function. And because its proteins are broken down during at least 12 months of aging, your body can absorb them without heavy digestive effort. Swiss research shows older adults who eat Gruyere regularly maintain muscle mass better than those who get protein from other sources. It even contains lactotripeptides, which can naturally lower blood pressure. For best results, melt it gently into soups or enjoy it on whole grain bread. Both methods help your body absorb more of its B vitamins and antioxidants. The 4 cheeses that can sabotage your health after 60. Number 4. Processed cheese slices, the illusion of cheese. Those individually wrapped yellow squares might melt nicely on a burger, but they're about as close to real cheese as instant coffee is to a fresh roast. By law, they can still be called a cheese product, even if less than half of what's inside actually comes from milk.
The rest, a cocktail of emulsifiers, preservatives, artificial colors, and sodium phosphates, the kind of sodium that can be more damaging to your heart and kidneys than regular salt. 2 slices can pack over 600 milligrams of sodium, a quarter of your daily safe limit, and research links sodium phosphates to faster aging, kidney strain, and increased heart disease risk. Then there are the emulsifiers, compounds like polysorbate 80, which can disrupt your gut microbiome and weaken your intestinal lining, leading to chronic inflammation. Artificial colors, such as yellow 5 and yellow 6, have been tied to allergic reactions, hyperactivity, and possible carcinogenic effects. To make matters worse, processed slices often hide trans fats, even when the label says 0 grams, thanks to legal loopholes. Regularly eating them can raise bad cholesterol, trigger inflammation, and increase your risk of metabolic syndrome. Number 3. Jarred cheese spreads, a chemical cocktail. Any cheese product that can sit unrefrigerated for months or years should make you pause. These spreads are often more starch, oil, and additives than actual dairy. Many contain partially hydrogenated oils, a source of trans fats so harmful they're banned in many countries. Even the trans fat-free versions often use chemically modified fats, interesterified oils, which may be just as bad for your arteries. The sodium content is sky-high, over 500 milligrams in just 2 teaspoons, and let's be honest, most people use far more. This salt load often comes alongside multiple sodium-based preservatives and flavor enhancers, which raise blood pressure, cause water retention, and strain the kidneys. And then there's MSG and hidden glutamates, often disguised under natural flavor or yeast extract, which can trigger headaches, palpitations, or anxiety in sensitive people. One of the more concerning issues, phthalates, hormone-disrupting chemicals that can leach from the plastic packaging into the cheese. These have been linked to reproductive problems, metabolic disorders, and even certain cancers. Bottom line, these spreads offer no real nutritional benefit, but plenty of potential harm, especially if you're over 60 and already managing blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood sugar. Number 2. Pre-shredded cheese, the convenience trap. You'd think shredded cheese would be the same as buying a block and cutting it yourself, but here's the catch. To keep those shreds from clumping, manufacturers coat them in anti-caking agents like cellulose, often made from wood pulp, or potato starch. While not toxic in small amounts, cellulose is indigestible and can cause bloating or discomfort in people with sensitive stomachs or IBS. These coatings also prevent cheese from melting smoothly and can interfere with nutrient absorption. On top of that, pre-shredded cheese often contains natamycin, an antifungal preservative. While considered safe in small doses, it's actually an antibiotic, meaning regular consumption could disrupt your gut microbiome over time. There's another issue, quality. The cheese used for shredding is often lower grade, with higher levels of hormones and antibiotics, and because the shreds have more surface area, they oxidize faster, losing nutrients and creating harmful byproducts. Pre-shredded cheese also tends to have higher histamine levels, which can trigger headaches, anxiety, digestive upset, or skin problems in sensitive people. And with more processing steps, there's an increased risk of contamination. Some major recalls in recent years have involved Listeria or E. coli in shredded cheese products. Number 1. Blue cheese, a hidden danger for many men. Blue cheese gets its distinct flavor and marbled look from a mold called Penicillium roqueforti. For some, it's a delicacy, but for many, especially men over 60, it can quietly trigger serious health issues. The first concern is tyramine, a compound that can sharply raise blood pressure and trigger severe migraines. If you're on certain medications like MAO inhibitors for depression or Parkinson's, blue cheese can cause a dangerous hypertensive crisis. It also contains mycotoxins from the mold. While generally considered safe in occasional small amounts, these toxins can build up over time in sensitive individuals, leading to joint pain, brain fog, fatigue, and digestive issues. On top of that, blue cheese is extremely high in histamines, up to 10 times higher than most aged cheeses. For anyone with histamine sensitivity, this can mean headaches, rashes, anxiety, or insomnia. It's also salt-heavy, with over 400 milligrams per ounce, and rich in a particularly inflammatory saturated fat called palmitic acid. And because its strong flavor masks spoilage, you might not notice if it's gone bad, increasing the risk of food poisoning. For these reasons, blue cheese offers very few benefits compared to the risks, especially for older adults concerned about heart health, blood pressure, or inflammation. Closing thoughts: the cheese choice that shapes your future. There you have it, 4 cheeses that can help you live longer, stay stronger, and keep your arteries, bones, and brain in top form. And 4 that could quietly undermine all that hard work you're putting into your health. After 60, every food choice counts just a little bit more. Choosing nutrient-dense, traditionally made cheeses can give your body tools to protect itself, while avoiding the ultra-processed ones removes daily sources of inflammation, excess sodium, and chemical additives. The science is clear, the evidence is real, and now you have the knowledge to make every bite work for you, not against you. So tell me in the comments, what's the one cheese you could never give up? And have you noticed changes in your energy, digestion, or blood pressure when you eat certain cheeses? I'd love to hear your experiences.